Another thing you might want to do, and especially on one of the caption pages where we have lots of detail, is to label very specific things that people might not be familiar with, such as the volute. So we can, for instance, make an arrow that goes from our word and points to the feature. So we can change our line tool to an arrow. Just need to click near our word, draw up towards the feature. We can, of course, change things about this arrow, like the color especially. Make it nice and bright. We can change the thickness. So play around with some of those to find something that you like. We can also add other things, like another label to talk about or to point out things like the fluting. So I'd select my text box, click and drag to make the size of my box that I want. Go ahead, type in your word. I'm going to click on the edge so I can select the whole thing and change the color. And I'm going to add another arrow, so go back and select my arrow tool and highlight my feature. Of course, be consistent with color. The size might be alright because it's kind of interesting to maybe make the volute more important than the fluting. Make fine adjustments to the arrows as needed. And I'm sure that you guys can think of all kinds of other things that you will want to label on your photos, especially with carvings and other information that you might know about the building. If it's pretty obvious what the features are, like the arches and columns, probably skip it. But definitely at the front of the church with the Gothic clustered arch, that definitely could do with some labeling, just because there's so much going on in there. Such rich architecture. But I'll leave that up to you guys to decide what you want to label. Go ahead.